Fort Bliss, Texas, I watched a demonstration of military missiles in action. I was able to incorporate into my thesis a great deal of what I saw on these field trips, but I'm not going to deny it sure was good to get home. The motto of the Army War College is Prudens Futuri, prudence for the future. And by means of lectures, committee work, and independent research, we are working in accord with that motto. We try to look and think ahead. It is in that spirit that the National Strategy Seminar is held at the climax of the school year. Each year to the Army War College are invited distinguished civilian guests, each an authority in his own field. He finds time to adjust his crowded schedule because he knows and believes in the importance of the work we do at the college. He takes part in a seminar along with a committee. Problem? To discuss the student-developed plan of national strategy and its implementing courses of action with emphasis on a supporting military program. The civilian, who may be head of an industrial plant, president of a railroad, a noted newspaper commentator, a professor at a Midwestern university, he takes a cold, hard look at what the committee has come up with. And a fresh look means a fresh point of view. We students profit from the knowledge, experience, and specific background of the civilian guest. I like to think he too finds the visit both pleasant and productive. Exchange of viewpoints with civilian leaders gives every one of us a more comprehensive insight into our national problems. We try our best to come up with ready answers, but when we don't, we all benefit from the National Strategy Seminars. Whenever I can, of course, I spend my free time with my family. I don't exactly say it's peace and quiet, but it is cool. All the time, though, even when you're relaxing, you can't quite forget the problems of the work. You're as hard and demanding as you can be on your own ideas, because the whole point at the Army War College is to think boldly and freshly. That's why the problems never quite leave you, no matter how pleasant the surroundings. So the work and the study goes on until finally one night, at least that's the way it happened with me, you proofread the last page of your manuscript and you know the job is done. You mention it to your wife, who proceeds in the manner of most women, sentimental souls that they are, to toast the occasion in a post-midnight coffee break. 2 days later, the manuscript was on the lectern of the auditorium, and I had finished reading it to a tough and critical audience. They had questions, hard ones, of course. I wanted them to be hard, for my paper was a new approach to an enormously important problem, and I had a warm feeling of contributing a fruitful move toward a solution. We continued on in the coffee shop, arguing, making rebuttals, questioning sources. I felt, well, stimulated is the word, I guess. Just as important, I felt my year at the Army War College was a contribution to the defense effort over the long pull. Free interchange with some of the best minds in America had improved mine, I think. And one thing I do know, I'm a better officer for all this. So that's why, sitting here at the Army War College graduation exercises, I'm in a reflective mood. I suppose it's excusable. In 10 months, we've come to be part of this place. One by one, we were called up on stage and awarded certificates of graduation from the Army War College. With graduation came the orders for my next assignment. For me, it was to be overseas. I had worked hard this year, listening and learning and thinking. and I approached my new assignment with augmented confidence in my intellectual tools as a staff or command officer. It's not too much to say I felt both proud and humble as we said goodbye to what had been home for a busy year. For in being privileged to have this year at the Army War College, I was following in the footsteps of some Army greats. And as I left, a question trailed across my mind, lingering like the heavy scent of that balmy June day at Carlisle. Who knows, was my parting thought. In the hour of decision that faced these men, with so many lives depending on their clear thinking, perhaps the year of study, reflection, absorption at the Army War College helped them come through as gloriously as they did. For what makes a general? Talent and intelligence, certainly. Courage and character. And of course, the intangible quality of inspirational leadership. Temper all these native qualities with the best education the Army can make available. All these intermingling and dovetailing by some magic chemistry. Yes, this is what makes a general.
Preparing selected Army officers for the highest command and general staff positions in the Army is the mission of the Army War College, the top of the ladder in the Army's educational system. Now this is Sergeant Stuart Queen, your host for The Big Picture.
The Big Picture is an official television report for the armed forces and the American people. Produced by the Army Pictorial Center. Presented by the United States Army in cooperation with this station.